Hey guys. Today we are talking about She-Hulk. I did not want to do She-Hulk. Mainly because it is the worst show I have ever seen. Anyway, we are doing it unfortunately. I will go through the episodes individually. So obviously we are starting with episode 1. It begins with Jennifer basically discussing a trial to herself for some reason. Oh wait, there's another random woman also there. Another random character gets kicked out. We basically get told that she hates men by this stereotypical book on her shelf. They then establish that she's a Hulk and then it cuts to a flashback which has to tell us it was few months ago with a massive text. Why do we need the text there? Jennifer went off on a road trip for a reason that's not explained with Bruce Banner, her cousin, which conveniently has this wristwatch looking ass type thing which basically lets him turn off the Hulk powers. Then a fucking spaceship, UFO thing appears out of nowhere which makes Jennifer panic and crash. The UFO is not explained at all. It appears for this one scene and has not been seen since. The excuse later being, Bruce will look into that shit writing already. Anyway, then Bruce's blood accidentally basically spills on Jennifer which somehow makes her turn into a Hulk, and the scene ends. Yes, that's it. That was the origin story. 5 minutes in and she's already the She-Hulk? Fuck this show. She wakes up fuck knows where, but she finds a bar and gets invaded by a row bunch of random women, which basically help her all while blaming the state she is in on a man. She gives her literally everything like clothes and a whole phone. For some reason 3 random men walk up to her, but she turns into the Hulk. She-Hulk and was going to attack them, but then Bruce comes out of nowhere and tackles her. And once again wakes up in Bruce's Mexican beach house which Iron Man basically gave him. Professor Hulk is back because the wristwatch shit broke in the crash. Bruce explains that she has become a Hulk, and then for some reason they have to test her powers. So Bruce throws her into a cage and basically tries to kill her, but she goes into Hulk form and doesn't die obviously. But it turns out she can control her body while in Hulk form. This is bullshit. How can she control her power already in episode 1? Not to mention, but this is lazy writing again. Lazy writing counter at 2 now. For some reason she has to do more training to control her power. Even though she literally can control her power already. The CGI is absolutely awful during the training scenes. For fuck's sake, Jaws 3D CGI is better than this. Especially during the scenes in the sun. It looks fucking horrific. She is always trying to get the better of Hulk for some reason, because she wants to seem better than men. Basically they have an argument about some random shit, about how she has it worse than Bruce even though he was literally chased and hunted for being the Hulk. You know what? You know why this is stupid and so do I, so I'm not even going to mention it. She transforms into Hulk during the argument, to maybe show that she does not have full control, but oh never mind, it was a joke. Shit. Jennifer tries to leave, but Hulk stops her car. But then somehow the car, which Hulk should easily be overpowering and stopping, somehow manages to push him over. For fuck's sake. Somehow a fight ensues, which is awful, and somehow once again She-Hulk is overpowering Hulk easily, and guess what, it looks awful. But Hulk claps and shocks her back, but she screams and oh fuck this, it's fucking awful. Next scene. There is no consequences from the fight, and she leaves. Some random trail ensues, but then some random woman, which is a villain, breaks a wall and Jennifer has to be told by her friend to stop her. She finally transforms. Oh wait, first she needs to take her shoes off. For fuck's sake, this is so bad. She then transforms. A table is thrown and she throws it back. Then she tries to fly kick She-Hulk, but she punches her once and the shortest and worst fight in Marvel history ends, as well as the episode. Okay, the first episode was fucking terrible. But surely, it can't get any worse, right? The second episode begins with the worst news report I've ever fucking seen. Talking about how She-Hulk saved the day from the random girl at the trial, which was apparently an influencer or something. And her name is Titania. Some random guy describes how cool it was to see it. And then the She-Hulk name is dropped for the first time, in the worst origin for a superhero name ever seen in anything ever. Also, I have no idea, but for the most part it seems there is positive reaction to seeing a new Hulk appearing. Why? Why would this be positive for the people which only know the Hulk as a monster which destroys everything? Jennifer complains about the popularity she is getting and hates the name She-Hulk. Because it uses the word Hulk basically, which she hates because the Hulk is a man and she hates men. This is the worst main character in anything ever, for fuck's sake. I mean, why is she complaining for being called after the person she got her powers from? The random man from episode 1 returns for 2 seconds then leaves after seeing some random girl. What a really informative and important scene. They talk about the Avengers. Then Jennifer's boss appears. He asks her to transform back from the Hulk form. She does and falls over due to the drinking she was doing. Even though this totally contrasts what happened last episode. He basically explains her actions during the trial or whatever caused a mistrial. Which means she is now getting fired. This again is stupid, as She-Hulk is loved by the public. So her getting fired for saving the day would probably put more of a bad reputation on the company than what Jennifer did at the trial. Jennifer struggles to find a new job, I guess because she is She-Hulk. But again, this doesn't make sense, as don't the public love her and all that shit. But then she has to go to some random ass family dinner party, probably to fill time, to be honest. Her dad talks to her outside, and he tells her how to stay positive about stuff during her struggles to get a job. Which was the best scene so far, and guess what? This contrasts what happened at the end of episode 1, so it still doesn't work. Then some random new character appears and offers her a job. Who basically made the mistrial happen. So he could hire her, for some random ass superhero division that this company is setting up for some reason. Which means she has to be the massive ass terrible CGI fucking She-Hulk the whole time. And Jennifer still complains about the job she has got because she only got it because she is She-Hulk. Why? Stop fucking complaining and just accept that you have to make sacrifices to do this job. You wouldn't have one if this random guy didn't approach you, so accept it how it is, you utter idiot. And the fact that she accepted the job fucking immediately without learning anything. She just complains about everything. Literally nothing is good for her, even though she gets everything. But all she can do is complain about why she got the job. She gets her first case. Which conveniently is Abomination, because of course it is. She doesn't want to do it, but he basically threatens to fire her if she doesn't do it, so she accepts. I have no idea why the Abomination is getting a trial around 17 years after the events of the Incredible Hulk, but who fucking cares anymore? Abomination is somehow trying to get released from prison, even though he killed loads of people, and I know nothing about law, but I'm certain that killing one person is enough in some cases to get life in prison. She wants to meet him before. Which means she goes to this massive prison where he is being kept. Which means now we have to go to this fucking prison. She meets with Abomination, which also has the ability to control whenever he wants to be human. Or the Abomination. Fucking bullshit once again. And he complains about some bullshit of how the Hulk is praised as a hero while he is the villain. And again, this makes no fucking sense, as why is the Hulk seen as a hero to the public, when he did nothing good in their eyes? This writing is fucking awful. She accepts the trial, immediately after hearing the bullshit. What the fuck? Jennifer calls Bruce to say she's taking the job. Bruce says that the fight was ages ago and he basically doesn't care. He then says he won't be around as he's taking care of some stuff and, wait a second, that's literally the UFO from episode 1. Also, not to mention how the fuck is he on the phone in space? For fuck's sake, do they think of anything? Fuck this. Jennifer tells her boss she's accepting the case. He tells her to watch the news. And oh, for fuck's sake, now somehow Abomination has escaped from prison and joined the Fight Club shit we see in Shang-Chi. How the fuck has he managed to get all the way to China without Jennifer or the authorities finding out at all? The lazy writing counter is beyond infinity at this point. And somehow the news reporter must be a fucking mind reader because she somehow knows that Jennifer is Abomination's attorney, even though she literally just ran her boss to tell him that she is taking the case. The lazy writing counter is beyond infinity at this. Then the episode ends. Thank God, because that was utter shite. Oh wait, we've still got 4 more fucking episodes to go yet. Fuck this. Episode 3 is the worst one yet. It's so fucking bad. Jennifer returns to the prison to confront Abomination, which apparently returned to prison between episode 2 and 3. Then what the fuck was the point in him escaping in the first place? Abomination tells her that Vaughn took him through a portal, and so she tracks him down through social media. And as you can imagine, it looks so fake. Jennifer breaks the fourth wall to complain once again, this time about the amount of new characters being in her show. Probably because She-Hulk cannot carry a show herself. At least not with this awful fucking writing. The worst news report ever returns, but this time it's negative. So why not just go with a negative view about She-Hulk from the start? Shit writing again. The negative response is from her being Abomination's attorney, but then for some reason she starts getting negative responses because she's a woman. For fuck's sake, I cannot stand this show. The random man from the last 2 episodes returns. But this time, he is here because he got tricked into basically sleeping with a shape-shifting elf, which passed herself on as Megan Thee Stallion. Yes, I am not making this shit up. The man wants to press charges against her. They talk about some bullshit. And nothing happens with the case except some boring shit. So I'm not fucking talking about that shite. Vaughn appears and explains he needed a worthy opponent to fight during his training to become Sorcerer Supreme. This would be fine, but out of all the fucking people, why in the fuck would he pick Abomination? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because they had to come up with some excuse for Abomination to be there in Shang-Chi, and how he got there. Vaughn tries to escape from having to do anything with this shit, but Jennifer has to explain how the law works, so he has to stay to be a witness or whatever. Abomination's trial is going to happen, but Vaughn is not there. Oh my god, where is he? Oh, he's right there. For fuck's sake, then why build up fake tension just for him to portal there? Fuck this shit. Some random witnesses appear to say some shit about Abomination, to drag the time out till Vaughn appears. Anyway, Vaughn explains he took Abomination, and he wanted to return after. That's the whole fucking explanation. Abomination transforms from human to Abomination form, which scares everyone as they think he can't control it. Why not just explain that he can control it, and then perform the transformation so everyone doesn't freak out? The demonstration somehow also makes them consider his release. Again, why? Why would they just decide this is enough to allow him to be released while knowing nothing about the transformation? She goes out with her friend, and once again complains about some random idiot writing monster defending a monster on her car, which has no consequences and is just there for no apparent reason, other than to justify the fact that the public hate her, which we already know. Next fucking scene, Jennifer basically goes to the random man's trial, which is also happening, and wins him it in like 2 minutes. Also, the real Megan Thee Stallion is there. Fuck knows why or how much they paid her for this one scene, but who cares? Jennifer gets an idea after something the man said, which basically allows Abomination to go free as long as he wears an inhibitor type thing, like Hulk had in episode 1, which is never fucking shown. So we just have to assume they have it ready, somewhere, but who knows. The random news report is back again for literally 2 minutes, with Jennifer on it this time, and guess what she does? Fucking complains about her name when asked about it. The scene is more filler. Then it cuts to her walking home. Then some random ass people, wait a second, is that the fucking Wrecking Crew? Oh, for fuck's sake. This is the worst portrayal of characters I've ever seen in my fucking life. The Wrecking Crew is reduced to nothing, as She-Hulk easily overpowers and beats them. Then she lets them run away. And they talk about their boss and how they failed to get her blood or something. There is a terrible post-credit scene I'm not even going to mention.